Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are brand new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. My name's Alicia. I'm a 38-year-old single mom of 3 awesome teenagers, and I'm here to talk about all things cruising. So in a few weeks, I will be getting onto the Carnival Panorama. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Panorama, that ship goes out of Long Beach, California, and does different length trips down the Mexican Riviera. So I am super excited. This will be my 3rd time on this particular ship. It is one of my favorites. And so I'm really excited to take you guys on that journey with me. But one thing to remember when you are getting ready for your cruise, you need to have the mindset that your vacation does not begin when you set foot on the ship. It'll actually start the night before. And the reason being is you need to have a hotel the night before. Um, Whether you are driving in from several hours away, you're flying in, we all know things can happen. So, making sure that you choose the correct hotel will it'll set you up for a smooth, stress-free cruise. But if you pick the wrong one, you're definitely going to completely ruin your very first day. So I've seen people stay in the wrong area. I've seen people deal with unsafe situations, miss their transportation to get to the cruise port, and even come dangerously close to missing their cruise altogether. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I choose the best hotel before a cruise every single time. And this is my personal checklist. This is what I look for in reviews. And I'll use some real examples so that way you can see how it actually works in practice. Now, before we get into the checklist, let me tell you about why this actually matters so much. The main reason cruise ships do not wait, and I know I have mentioned that before. If you are late to the ship, you will be left behind. And as we know, flights can get delayed all the time. That's why I always recommend flying at least 1 day early and stay in a hotel that is near your cruise port. But you don't want to choose just any hotel. It's because not all the hotels are created equal, especially in the port cities. There are some that are absolutely amazing, but there are some that are ultra sketchy. And there are plenty of hotels where they look great online, but you get a completely different feel when you're there in person. So let's break down exactly how to choose the right one for you. Okay, so this is the exact checklist that I use every time. Number 1 is the location. The location is definitely the most important factor. I always ask myself, how close will I be to the cruise port? Ideally, 5 to 15 minutes away is the perfect amount of time. It's easy either with Uber or your hotel may offer shuttle access, and you won't be dependent on really long highway drives. But here's the key. Close doesn't always mean better. Some hotels that are right near the ports can be in some rougher areas. So I will also look at what's around the hotel. Are there restaurants or stores nearby? Is it a walkable area or is it more of an isolated part of town? Because your ultimate goal is convenience and comfort. But then you also need to think about safety, which of course is a non-negotiable, especially if you're traveling solo. So I always check the most recent reviews, especially if they mention anything regarding safety. So if I see words like sketchy, unsafe, homeless, dark, if those words are popping up repeatedly, I will typically get rid of those as an option. Even if the hotel's cheap, even if it's close to the port, and even if it looks nice in the photos, because your peace of mind the night before a cruise is everything. And one thing that a lot of people tend to forget, but it does matter a lot, think about if your flight gets delayed and you arrive late to your hotel. You need to have a hotel that has a 24-hour front desk. Otherwise, you're going to be locked out of the hotel, or you're at least going to have some issues checking in. So I never book a hotel without confirming that they have the 24-hour front desk. Okay, so here's kind of an advanced tip. I will go into Google Maps, the street view, and take a look at the lighting at night, even like some of the surrounding buildings and the parking lot conditions. And I do that because if it looks dark or empty or really poorly maintained, that's a red flag to me. So I want to make sure that I'm in an area that is well kept and has really good lighting, especially if I need to walk to a convenience store when it's after hours, when it's darker in the evening. Okay, so on the morning of your cruise, free breakfast can be a game changer. And I say that because embarkation morning can be so chaotic. So that way, having breakfast ready will save you time. Of course, it's going to save you money, and it will reduce some stress because something simple like a quick breakfast, like a Danish or a bagel, can make such a difference. Okay, so I had mentioned location a few minutes ago. Not only do I look at the time that it takes, but the distance. So I typically will aim for under 15 minutes. If I absolutely need to, I'll max out at about 20 to 25 minutes. Anything beyond that will increase your chance of having traffic delays. Of course, your stress level is going to skyrocket, and so is your transportation cost. So closer does equal a smoother morning as long as it meets the other criteria as well. Okay, so let's walk through how I apply this in real life. So we'll use the example of Miami. When I look at hotels in Miami, I will compare downtown versus Miami Beach. Miami Beach might look more vacation vibe-esque, but it is further from the port. And then you have downtown Miami, which is closer to the port, has easier transportation, and it is more cruise friendly. But then I'll read any of the reviews, and I'll filter them by recent and lowest rating. And that's where the truth is. Like I said, if you see any of those words like sketchy, uneasy, um, you know, homeless, things like that, I will eliminate those from the competition of getting my business for the night. Okay, Fort Lauderdale. So with Fort Lauderdale, I will typically look near Port Everglades. I'll focus on hotels with cruise shuttles, the safe, well-lit areas, and easy airport access. Um, and then we'll come back like up to my neck of the woods. Like I said, I live in southeastern Washington, and our closest cruise port is Seattle. Now, I have never gone on a cruise out of Seattle before, but I've spent a lot of time in the city. So Seattle is a little bit different. You have two piers. You have Pier 66 and you have Pier 91. So it's super important to know which pier you're going to be sailing from. And then choose a hotel that is based on that information. That'll make your morning more simple. Okay, so what do I look for in the reviews? This is the secret. I don't just look at the star rating. I just look at patterns. So if multiple people are saying clean rooms or friendly staff, those are great. Those are green, green check marks for me. It says felt unsafe, felt uneasy. Those are a no-go. And I will especially trust the more recent reviews over the older ones because hotels can change. The vibe of the community can change in the matter of just a few short months. Let me save you from some of the biggest mistakes. Some of the biggest mistakes you can make is just booking the cheapest option without looking at the location, ignoring those safety comments, staying way too far away from the port, not checking out your transportation options, and arriving the same day as the cruise. Just don't do it. So, at the end of the day, your hotel isn't just a place to sleep for a few hours until it's cruise time. It sets the tone for your entire vacation. And a great hotel means that you wake up more relaxed, you're excited, and you're ready to enjoy embarkation day. A bad hotel, on the other hand, it starts your vacation with stress. So take a few extra minutes, use this checklist, and book smart because your cruise experience starts before you ever step on the ship. I would love to know some of the hotels that you have been to, but like the city and the name of the hotel, and tell me, is it a good one? Is it a bad one? Because I want to keep a big list of the good, the bad, and the ugly in each of the major port cities. So definitely put in the comments any hotels that were great or ones that I should steer clear from. Because I've got a lot of hotels that I'm going to be booking here in the next few years. So I need some help from you guys. So I want to thank you today for joining me. You'll see another video Monday morning, and I will see you on the next video. Have a great day, everyone.